water? You want it?
She's got Ickies in her glass.
Bill?
I will remind him to look at these.
Go ahead and go. Good evening and welcome to the Florissant City Council meeting for April the 8th, 2024. I'd ask you all to stand and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Yes, sir. Manganelli?
Here.
Egan?
Here.
Caputa? Here. Childroth?
Here.
O'Donnell? Here. Pagano? Parson? Siam? Harris?
Let the record reflect that a quorum is present this evening. Approval of the minutes. The next item on the agenda is the approval of the previous minutes. Are there any corrections or additions to the meeting minutes of March 25th, 2024? Seeing none, Mr. Parson makes a motion to approve the minutes. That is seconded by Ms. Pagano. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? And the minutes are approved. Hearing from citizens. Our next item on the agenda is the hearing from citizens. This is a time to speak to the council on any issue not necessarily on the agenda for a period of up to 3 minutes. This is not a question and answer session. If you would like to speak to a council member or the mayor, please stay until after the meeting is over and contact us then. If you are here to speak on a public hearing, please wait and speak when that public hearing is announced. If you're interested in speaking, I would ask that you complete a yellow colored card that is located on the desk next to the entrance to the council chambers.
Okay.
No cards. Communications. Next item on the agenda is communications, and there are none for this meeting. Public hearings. Public hearing number 2404-012.
In accordance with Section 405-135 of the Florissant Zoning Code, public hearing will be held by the City Council of Florissant, Missouri, in the council chambers at 955 Rue St. Francois on Monday, April 8th, 2024, at 7 p.m. on the following proposition: to amend special use permit number 8679 as amended for Lotta Land LLC, DBA Lottawada Creeks Chicken Shack, to allow for interior modifications for the property located at 14065 New Halls Ferry Road. Citizens will have an opportunity to be heard. Anyone with special needs should contact City Clerk at least 5 days before said public hearing by calling 839-7630 or email cityclerk@florissantmo.com.
Thank you. Please note that although this was posted as a special use permit amendment, it is actually a B5 amendment. Is the petitioner present? Mr. Archer, perhaps? Good evening, sir. If you state your name for the record, I'd appreciate it.
Illinois.
If you did again, Mr. Archer, I'm sorry.
Ken Archer.
All right, very good. The floor is yours. Tell us about your plan.
Well, you don't have the projector. Do you have a projector? Okay. Well, anyway,
We'll get your projector on for you right now, sir. Because it always breaks down when you need it.
Right? Steve?
Is Mr. Kennison in the building still, please?
Director's on. Okay, that one's happening. Come on, back up.
Mr. Kennison, if you could help us get our projector up and running, we'd appreciate it.
We're just trying to put
I just
that
want
on.
to show them this.
Ah, there you go. I couldn't have done anything back here. There it is.
Set that sideways.
There we go.
How's that?
Spin it this way.
Thank you.
Thank you. All righty. Well, this is the building that, this is what we're proposing to do with the building at New Halls Ferry there. And this would be the New Halls Ferry side of the building. And now the existing building is this height right here with that wood panel siding, which I think is very attractive. And we're going to keep the same siding. We're just going to raise it up, the elevation 8 feet to give the building just a little more, so it's not so flat and simple looking. And then we've got a really cool new sign logos for our new concept. That, and then we're going to have these here going to project out to the side there, so I think it's going to be really attractive. And then on the side of the building where the parking lot is, where we've got the main entrance right here, we're also going to raise the elevation there 8 feet, and a nice awning here. And then right here, this is recessed in this area right here 2 feet, and there'll be a window kind of like Texas Roadhouse does, where they text you, you walk up from your car and pick it up, and that's the way people will do. Because we did with the way we're doing with the hot chicken and wings and all that, it takes quite a while to do. It's not like a hamburger you can just sit there and cook up. You kind of do it to order, so it's not something you want to drive through. So it's more of a, and with the technology now, the way people go online, they put their orders in, and then as soon as they get it bagged up, it automatically will send them a text and say, your order's ready, come up and pick it up. And then we also have a door here, so if we're really busy, we could actually have somebody just, helping them to carry it out, the food and all that, if they got a big order or something. So I think it's going to look real nice. We're going to redo the parking lot and the dumpster area, which this is kind of what the dumpster area looks like now. It's not too attractive. This all gets knocked out. And we're going to come back in with a real modern-looking dumpster with the nice gates and stuff like you see at a lot of the chain restaurants and stuff. And so it's going to be a lot nicer, tighter look there. And the parking lot will all be finished and stuff, and it'll look nice and new too, the landscaping. So, and then I think it's going to be something you guys will be proud of. I'm really excited to be back in Florissant after all these years. And that's about all I got to say. If you got any questions, I'll be glad to answer them.
Mr. Siam.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thanks for coming tonight. I just have a couple of questions. So you're not planning on having a drive-through, right?
No, sir.
That's just a carry-out window, but you're not going to have cars drive around the building or anything like that.
With the drive-throughs, you've got to have a lot of property, and it's very expensive because land's not cheap anymore. You got to have stacking lanes, especially now with I know everybody's doing the double drive-throughs and all that, and this here's I think it's going to work just fine. There's a lot of places around the country that's doing this, and it's really successful. And I think this will be, it's almost like a park through. You park, and then you go up and get it. And I know that we use, like my wife, she'll run over to Texas Roadhouse in Edwardsville there, and it works out great, when she don't feel like cooking and stuff for the kids. So.
Very good. And, the previous owner was planning on using that front part of the building for, retail space, and I don't know if she ever did that, but it looks like you're not planning on doing that, right? You're planning to occupy all of the space inside the building.
They'll actually be part of we'll have a dining area for about 50 seats, and that front area, that's what that will be. The existing walls there that they put up for that, we're going to demo those and redo the interior there.
Okay, and how many strings of lights are you going to have in the front?
It's probably going to be 2 poles, probably about 8 to 12. I haven't totally worked that out yet. I got that idea when I was in Austin a couple months ago at Shake Shack. They had it, and it looked really neat. It looked very attractive, and I think it's going to look really good. I think it'll look good for the city.
Okay, and last question: when do you plan to open?
Well. I was hoping for July, but I think it'd be more like August probably, because the fire district wanted to have engineered electrical plans, so that's kind of set everything back about 4 weeks. So we're getting those now completed.
And actually, I do have one more. You said it's good to be back in Florissant. So when were you here before, and where was your place?
Well, we had Kenrod's and Archer's and San Antonio's, but Archer's were here for years, and that was a great family buffet for. Buffets kind of faded out. Then we did Kenrod's, which was really popular. We used to have a lot of the Rams players come here. I remember big Orlando Pace used to come in and get like 2 chicken fried steaks and a couple order of wings all in one setting. And then Mike Jones, he had to save the Super Bowl. He was a very good customer too. And then a lot of hockey players come out there too. So it was a neat place. Really cool.
Sounds good. Yeah, I never knew about that. Okay,
Yeah.
that's all I have. Thank you.
Mr. Parson.
Thank you, Mr. President. Good evening.
Yeah.
By the way, Ken Rod as well is one of my favorites.
Mine too.
But I have a couple questions.
Yes, sir.
In the project description, it says you're proposing to remove the separation of two tenant spaces. So I was looking at your renderings, and I just need a little bit more explanation. What
Okay.
exactly is the two tenant spaces?
Yeah, I can show you that.
I mean, you're not going over into where Firestone is, right?
Oh, no, no.
Oh, okay.
No, we're just going to take the building. I'll show you right quick. And let's see here. There's the two walls right there. Those both come out. The previous tenants or owners, they had a little dining area here, and this was like a storeroom. And then I guess they were going to try to lease this out to, say, a cell phone store or something. Anyway, it didn't work out for them. They actually went in and put 2 electrical services. They did a lot of work to get that, but it didn't work out. So, and what we're going to do is remove. Let me get this here. Okay. Those walls come out. This is a counter area like you'd see at, say, a Chick-fil-A or a Cane's. And you come through the doors here. And this is a pass-through windows. This is the area where the food is produced. This is like a kind of area there where people can line up to place their orders and to pick up their orders. Right here will be a soda machines. This is dining area. The restrooms, existing restrooms, we're actually going to take these 2 doors and move them here. And this is like a hallway. And this is not ideal, but this area here really is only they see is it's the doorway here. But this right here is like our storage room with a cooler. And then they'll shuttle that stuff back to the kitchen here. It's not ideal, but with that building, that was the best way of going about it. So, and I think it's going to flow really good and work out great. I'm really happy with it. It took a lot of long hours sitting there trying to figure out how to make that work, and I think we finally got it figured out.
Okay, that sounds good. My next question, do you already have a chicken shack in
No.
other areas, or is this your first
Well,
attempt at doing it?
about 6, 7, I guess last August or September, I had a special menu that we come up with at our restaurant in Fairview called the Chicken Shack menu, just to work on this. I'd spent several years traveling and working on these recipes, and so we rolled it out, and we learned a lot from it. Like we were going to do waffles here. Waffles are really hard to do, especially in high volume. We're still doing them at the restaurant over there. But it's amazing that no one's actually invented a waffle iron that really works good in commercial setting. And I've went through I bought like 20 waffle irons. Anyway, but basically what we're going to do is we have our wings are really delicious. In fact, when we used to have Ken Rods, we used to sell almost a ton of chicken wings a week there. Everybody loved them. And we got the old recipe there, which features real butter and honey and all that. It makes it really good. And then we're going to have about 12 other really great flavors that we've worked out. And then the Nashville hot chicken is just, I'm addicted to it. I love it. It's just great. And it's not the fake, like you see the Hardee's had these commercials. I went by and grabbed one where they just dip it in some sauce and stuff. Real hot chicken is made where it actually comes out, the breading's actually dry with the spices built into it. I don't know if you ever went to Nashville where Hattie B's, like a 3-hour wait to get the chicken. And our chicken is as good as that. In fact, we had an executive chef from some big restaurant in Nashville was out there at the restaurant a few weeks ago, and she posted online that our chicken was as good as anything in Nashville. She said it was amazing. In fact, she called out my brother and told the server and bragged all about how delicious it was. And it really is very delicious.
Okay. So the menu is mainly the chicken and the waffles and
Right.
nothing else really?
Well, it won't be the waffles.
It won't be the waffles.
No.
Okay.
But we are going to keep the, I want to do them. We may bring them later. In fact, I'm going to put the electric in and everything. And, but we're not going to do the waffles at first because it is very labor intensive. And like I say, I still haven't found a waffle iron that just sits there and produces nonstop. I mean, I've went through a lot of them so far in the last 8 months trying to discover the perfect one. And it's amazing how there's not really anything out there that's that easy. But we are going to do this one new thing where we have our rolls are really famous at Lottawatta. They're similar to what you say, like Texas Roadhouse, but we're going to do something different here. We're still tweaking it out, but we're probably going to have their fried rolls, and it's like a yeast roll that's got almost like a slight donut flavor, and they're amazing. They really are delicious.
Yeah, it sounds like it's going to really be healthy for me. But anyway, thank you so much for
Thank you.
answering my questions. I
Yes, sir.
appreciate it. That's all I have, Mr. President.
All right.
You don't have any of these fried rolls on you, do you?
No.
Mr. Sheldroff, let's go with you.
We're going to have it with our honey butter, our honey cinnamon butter, which is, I mean, it's like amazing.
Mr. Archer, thanks for coming back to Florissant.
Well, thank you.
I met you many years ago at your old place.
Right.
And I've been to Lottawatta Creek before, and every business you open, you do really well.
Well, thank you.
And you care, and you do it first class. I think you'll do really well here. I'm just glad that you thought again about us. The last time you were before us, you were here selling the property to Hooters.
Right,
So
right.
it's been a little while, so I'm glad you didn't forget about Florissant.
Oh, we're really excited. We really are. And I think this concept is going to be extremely popular, and it'll be great publicity for Florissant area, too, because you know how we always promote Lottawatta and Fairview Heights. We'll be saying Lottawatta's Chicken Shack and Florissant,
Yep.
Missouri. So it'll be kind of neat as we promote
Thank
it.
you again, Mr. Archer.
Thank you, sir.
Mr. Harris.
Thank you, Mr. President. Good evening, Mr. Archer. I grew up in Illinois, so I went to Lottawatta Creek a lot. And so I was kind of like, whoa, blast from the past. But
Right.
everything sounds good to me as far as also updating the building. I think
Right.
it'll look nice. Do you have any plan for outdoor seating at any point?
We thought about it, and the previous council, the planning and zoning, we talked about, they said if we did do that, they wanted us to have some ballards out there and stuff. And it's just, we would probably, if we did do it, we probably would have to fence it in because there's a bus stop there, and there'd probably be people just hanging out in the front there, and so we're not sure what to do with that
Sure.
yet. And
Yeah.
I don't really know if we want that many extra seats anyway, because really the whole thing's going to be driven by people picking up at that window. That's going to be the big thing, because the technology and with the apps and all that.
Yeah.
It's things have changed so much, you know.
Yeah.
Like kiosks are even kind of outdated now. I just talked to the guy, and I said, I want 2 kiosks in the building there. And he goes, now people just pull out their phone and do the QR code off a wall, and a lot of places are not even putting the kiosk in anymore. So everything is going so fast now.
Yeah, so this reminds me, we were in Jersey City, New Jersey this summer, and there's a place called the House of Hot Chicken. It reminds me a lot of that. But the situation there was that the street was closed off
Right.
there, and it was a place where you could hang out. So the
Right.
whole walk-up concept, it's almost like a boardwalk, or
Right.
a closed street. So if this were a different location,
Right.
maybe in the future, maybe we'd have something like that. But
You never know.
I think this is a great start.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
thanks for coming.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Harris. No alcohol?
No alcohol.
And what days of the week you plan on opening your hours, please?
We're going to be open from 11 to 10 or 11. I'm not sure yet on how late we're going to stay open. The young man that's going to run this for me has worked for me since he was 16 and started out in 1996, and he's going to be my general manager. And he's like a son to me, so I don't want him there too late because I just want for his safety and stuff. And that's why the lighting there, we're going to beef that up, and it's going to be LEDs, but it's going to be equal to, say, 1,000 watts per fixture out front. I want it lit up where it's very safe, and that's like the dumpster area. We're doing 8-foot fences there attached to the building so they don't walk out in the lot at night. And we're going to be, very secure, which we do at our restaurant now. And so those hours aren't exact. And we may close on Mondays. We started that. I'm 60. My brother right behind me. And we've worked awful hard all these years. And it's really nice to be closed on Mondays where not somebody's calling you constantly. You're having to go over there, work on a dishwasher. There's always something. And we may do that. I just haven't made a mind up on that yet either. So,
Thank you.
yes, sir.
Seeing no further comments, before we close this public hearing, is there anyone in the audience that would like to speak towards it? Seeing none, Councilman Sam makes a motion to close the public hearing. That is seconded by Mr. Caputa. Is there any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? And the public hearing is closed. Thank you and good luck.
Thank you. Thank you.
Public hearing number 2404013.
In accordance with Section 405.125 of the Florissant Zoning Code, a public hearing will be held by the City Council of Florissant, Missouri, in the council chambers at 955 Rue St. Francois on Monday, April 8, 2024, at 7 p.m. on the following proposition: to amend special use permit number 3086 for Morello's Convenience Food Mart Incorporated, DBA MC Food Mart, to allow for canopy and sign changes for the property located at 425 North Highway 67. Citizens will have an opportunity to be heard. Anyone with special needs should contact the city clerk at least 5 days before said public hearing by calling 839-7630 or email cityclerk@florissantlaw.com.
Is the petitioner, maybe Mr. Williams, present?
No, sir. Actually, Mr. Williams couldn't make it tonight. My name's Dan.
Come on up, Dan. If you'll state your name for the record, we'll let you present the project.
Thank you, sir. My name's Dan Hamill. I work for JD Street. We're a fuel supplier, and we're going to supply fuel, or we do supply fuel to this location. We are asking for your permission. Good. That's going to look a lot better, wouldn't it?
There you go.
Okay. To change the brand at this location. The top picture is the existing one like you saw this afternoon if you drove by there. That's the way it is. And we want to convert it to a Marathon store. So basically we're changing colors. While this isn't a paint job. These are actually aluminum panels that come and we bolt them or however they are affixed to the canopy. The one thing that is not on here is this green band right here is going to be blue on here, though. The artist guy didn't know what I wanted, or he left it off. So the sign itself, this sign, we're just going to reproduce that with Marathon. It's going to look the same dimensions, same, I suppose the letters may be a little different size and so forth, but physically, I think that was a 60 by 72 sign or something like that, but it's going to be the same thing when we go back up with the new one. That's pretty much it.
So there, other than changing the colors, everything's going to remain the same, the hours, the type of business?
Same owner.
Same owner.
Same everything.
Mr. Harris.
Thank you. I'm wondering, is there any concern about the condition of the parking lot and maybe making updates or to the actual surface of the lot there? It seems to be pretty rough.
Are you looking at it via the picture here? Is that where you're getting dirty?
I'm looking at. I've been through there. I've been by there a number of times, and I remember it being pretty rough there. Unless that's been like I'm looking at Google right now, and I'm seeing all the cracks and the holes and stuff there. I just thought with the update of the brand, I wonder if maybe just a fresh start with the lot or something.
That could very well be, and that has been discussed. In fact, we talked about this about a year, 6 months ago, and Marathon Company offers I'll call it a bonus.
Oh, yeah.
When you sell so many gallons, you get so much money in a fund, and you're allowed to spend that fund on your station.
Okay.
And that isn't he just did that exact thing at the other location on Shell. The Shell store he has over in let me see, that's over off of Page.
Yeah.
He has 2 stores.
Okay.
So he just did the store over there. So
Yeah, I would just like to see an investment in the property itself, with the brand change.
Gotcha.
So, thank you.
Yep.
Mr. Manganelli.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you for coming, Mr. You're not Mr. Williams.
Dan.
Dan. Thank you for coming, Dan.
Yeah.
This is actually in my ward too, and
Okay.
I was going to bring up the parking lot myself as well. Over to the right of the building, it's kind of like looking like a big alligator's back.
Getting there.
So resurfacing would be nice. I mean, really everything, like Mr. Egan was saying, pump locations, all that, that's nothing's changing. But it does with the new ballards, looks like it might be a little bit safer as well.
What's that, sir? The new what?
The island ballards.
They're not really changing them.
Okay.
In fact, the interesting thing about this picture is that I can't see them in the marathon. In the marathon picture, but they're going to stay there. I don't understand that. You see the green trash can in the top picture here?
Yeah.
And there's a ballard right there, big steel post, right?
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
a big, so tall.
Yeah, I got black and white.
Yeah,
photos, so
when we
I
go
know.
down here, it's not there. So I guess when he colored in the parking lot, he must have painted over that somehow because he took out the trash can when the marathon guy did this rendition. But they're still there and they're going to stay there.
Right. Yeah, because there was the parking packet with the.
Yeah,
this
and
I didn't know if those were going to be new.
that's for painting.
Okay.
They're gonna paint it properly.
Paint the existing.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, everything else is pretty straightforward then. The items for sale and everything, it's just the same as it is now. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, that's all I have. Thank you.
Mr. O'Donnell.
Good evening, Dan.
Good evening.
Could you help me understand so you said there wasn't a change in ownership, but so that there's a different licensing agreement? Is that what the difference is between BP and Marathon?
Yes. The Morello family has been a customer of JD Street for some 25, 30 years, long before I was there. And they have been Citgo, something else, then BP, and now Marathon. It's, the contracts between the fuel supplier and the retail operators. It's the flavor of the decade. Marathon once in this market, they've offered them a lot of money to do it. So that's how the relationship changes. While it's not really a relationship change, it's just a matter of, if Schnucks quits carrying one brand, they take on another. It's almost the same thing, but a little bigger scale.
So are those agreements typically multiple years normally?
Yeah. This one is a 7-year deal.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. President.
Not seeing any additional comments or questions, before we close this public hearing, is there anyone in the audience present that would like to make a comment towards it? Go ahead, Go ahead, Dan, you're still there.
Thank you. Given the simplicity of this project, I would like to request that we could forego the next session and possibly vote on this tonight.
That would be up to council, and it would have to be sponsored by Mr. Manganelli. That's really rare that we would do that. It would have to be a special circumstance for us to.
It's not special circumstances for you. It's special for me, the answer is always no if I don't ask, so I had to ask. But I've got a contractor that does this marathon project for me, and he lives out of state. Mm-hmm. So if I could get this project going in the next week or two, because I've got him on 2 other projects now, and once he finishes those, he can come to this one. If we go through the process as you guys have set it up, it won't work for us, but I just thought I'd better ask.
All right, very good. Not seeing any additional comment, Mr. Manganelli makes a motion to close this public hearing. That is seconded by Mr. Shildroth. Is there any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? And the public hearing is closed. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Old business. Bills for second reading. Bill number 9965. Councilman Cyan makes a motion for a second reading. That is seconded by Mr. Harris. Is there any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed?
Ordinance authorizing an amendment to special use permit number 7155 as amended for DBG Enterprises DBA Dairy Queen to allow for a second drive-through lane for the property located 2678 North Highway 67.
Councilman Siam makes a motion for a third reading that is seconded by Ms. Pagano. All in favor? Aye. Opposed?
Ordinance authorizing amendment to special use permit number 7155 as amended for DBG Enterprises, DBA Dairy Queen, to allow for the second drive-through lane for the property located at 2678 North Highway 67.
Before the final vote is taken, is there anyone in the audience that would like to speak towards this bill? Seeing none, clerk, please poll the council.
Manganelli? Yes. Egan?
Yes.
Caputa? Yes. Shildroth?
Yes.
O'Donnell?
Yes.
Pagano? Yes. Parson? Yes. Siam? Yes. Harris?
Bill number 9965 passes and becomes ordinance number 8970, 8970. Substitute bill number 9966. Councilman O'Donnell moves to accept the substitute bill. That is seconded by myself. Is there any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? And the motion's carried. Councilman O'Donnell makes a motion for a second reading. That is seconded by Mr. Caputa. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed?
Ordinance to authorize an amendment to special use permit number 8909 for Sugar Fire Realty LLC, DBA Sugar Fire Barbecue, to allow for exterior changes for the property located at 1290 North Highway 67.
Councilman O'Donnell makes a motion for a third reading. That is seconded by Mr. Shildroff. All in favor? Aye.
Ordinance to authorize an amendment to special use permit number 8909 for Sugar Fire Realty LLC, DBA Sugar Fire Barbecue, to allow for exterior changes for the property located at 1290 North Highway 67.
Before the final vote is taken, is there anyone in the audience that would like to speak towards this bill? Seeing none, clerk, please poll the council.
Manganelli? Yes. Egan?
Yes.
Caputa? Yes. Shildroth?
Yes.
O'Donnell? Yes. Pagano? Yes. Parson? Yes. Siam? Yes. Harris?
Substitute bill number 9966 passes and becomes ordinance number 8971, 8971. New business. Board appointments. Request. Special use transfer. Councilman Manganelli makes a motion to accept the application to transfer special use permit number 8240 from Jake Meir, LLC DBA DC Liquors, to J. Uma, 2, LLC DBA Tipsy Turtle, number 2, located at 39 Florissant Oaks Shopping Center, for the operation of a liquor store. That is seconded by me. Is there any discussion? Mr. Manganelli?
Yes, Mr. President. I'd like to suspend the rules and request a petition.
Mr. Manganelli makes a motion to suspend the rules and invite the petitioner forward. That is seconded by Mr. Shildroff. Is there any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? And if Mr. Patel is present, can we step forward, please? Good evening, sir. If you'll state your name for the record, please. I'm sorry, try that again, sir.
Nirav Patel.
Very good. Mr. Manganelli?
Thank you, Mr. President. Hi, Mr. Patel. We had spoke last week when I saw that you were on the agenda tonight, and I did have a chance to go by, and for the benefit of the rest of the council, I may ask you a couple things that we talked about the other day. So you, with the transfer, you're taking over the existing business.
Right.
You did, make sure I can, I did have a chance to go by and look at the place and everything. Are you planning on any changes within the building? As far, the one thing I noticed is it's very hard to see in through the front windows.
Yeah. So for as of right now, I'm just keeping it as it is and probably changing the sign to the name, but eventually down the road, probably have a plan to make it a bigger spot within the same property.
Okay.
Because there is a lot of vacant spot in their property. So,
Okay. And then you were still, the miniature bottles, you were still wanting to sell those. Do you have a plan for policing the trash that comes from those? Because that is a problem, like we discussed the other day as well.
yeah. So, I mean, I can take a responsibility for the entire property, make sure, keep it clean, nothing like that, stay around in the parking lot. I don't know about outside the property because it's a huge property already,
Yeah.
But every place has to carry those airplane bottles. That's
All right, that's all I have.
Mr. Patel, I'll be a little more straightforward. I am very concerned about the collection of airplane bottles in our community. Looking through your application, I know you don't live in North St. Louis County, do you?
no, but I majority stay here all day. I mean, pretty much.
But you don't live up here in North County. If you could go out with me this weekend and walk, you and I could pick up probably 30 or 40 gallons of airplane bottles of liquor. And so I am very concerned about the continued degradation of our county, of North County, with these liquor bottles. And I hope you can come up with a plan on how we can police it and make sure that you're not contributing to litter in the community.
Yeah, definitely I can come up with some kind of plan because it's a lot of liquor store around the Florissant,
Sure.
So,
There's 18 of them. There's 18 of them, right?
Yeah. So
That's a lot of airplane bottles. The best way to do is not to sell them, but I
sell
can't prevent you from selling them. I wish I could.
Yeah, I mean, if we can all come up together and stop selling or something, you guys pass some kind of rule. You can stop selling. Everybody, we can all together stop selling the airplane bottles. I have no problem.
But I invite you tomorrow to walk up and down Lindsay Lane, which is it borders your potential business, and ask you to pick up some liquor bottles, and you'll get a pretty good idea very soon what a problem is.
Okay.
That's all I have. Anything else, Mr. Manganelli?
That's it. Thank you.
Thank you. So we have a motion on the floor that is seconded and discussed. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? And the special use permit is transferred, is accepted. Bills for first reading. Next item on the agenda is bills for first reading. Bill number 9968.
Ordinance to amend B5 ordinance number 5885 as amended for Lot of Land LLC, DBA Lottawater Creek Chicken Shack to allow for the interior and exterior modifications for the property located at 14065 New Halls Ferry Road.
Bill number 9969.
Ordinance to amend special use permit number 3086 for Morello's Convenient Food Mart Incorporated, DBA MC Food Mart, to allow for the canopy and sign changes for the property located at 425 North Highway 67.
Bill number 9970.
Ordinance to authorize a transfer special use permit number 8240 from Jake Murr, LLC, DBA DC Liquor, to J. Uma Chu, LLC, DBA Tipsy Turtle 2, located at 39 Florissant Oaks Shopping Center for the operation of a package liquor store.
Bill number 9971.
Ordinance amending ordinance number 8960, establishing a grade and step schedule for uniformed employee positions within the city of Florissant by adding a new position and a wage schedule.
Mr. Schulrock makes a motion for a second reading, then is seconded by myself. Is there any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed?
Ordinance amending ordinance number 8960, establishing a grade and step schedule for uniformed employee positions within the city of Florissant by adding a new position and wage schedule.
Ms. Pagano makes a motion for a third reading, as seconded by Mr. Caputa. May I have a roll call vote, please?
Yes, sir. Manganelli?
Yes.
Egan?
Yes.
Caputa? Shildroth. O'Donnell. Pagano. Parson. Cyan. Harris. Ordinance amending ordinance number 8960, establishing a grade and step schedule for uniform employee positions within the city of Florissant by adding a new position and wage schedule.
Before the final vote is taken on this bill, is there anyone in the audience that would like to speak towards it? Seeing none, clerk, please poll the council.
Manganelli? Yes. Egan?
Yes.
Caputa? Yes. Shildroth? Yes. O'Donnell? Yes. Pagano? Parson? Yes. Cyan? Yes. Harris?
Bill number 9971 passes and becomes ordinance number 8972. 8972. Bill number 9972.
Ordinance authorizing an amendment to Chapter 125065, wage increase and schedule, subsection B, Police Department employees, Section 1, job classification by adding 2 new positions to the Police Department.
Mr. Shildroth moves for a second reading, seconded by Mr. Manganelli. Is there any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed?
Ordinance authorizing an amendment to Chapter 125065, wage increase and schedule, subsection B, Police Department employees, Section 1, job classifications by adding 2 new positions in the Police Department.
Councilman Caputa moves for a third reading. That is seconded by Ms. Pagano. May I have a roll call vote, please?
Yes, sir. Manganelli? Yes. Egan?
Yes.
Caputa? Yes. Shildroth? Yes. O'Donnell? Yes. Pagano? Yes. Parson? Yes. Cyan? Yes. Harris? Yes. Ordinance authorizing an amendment to Chapter 125065, wage increase and schedule, subsection B, Police Department employees, Section 1, job classification by adding 2 new positions into the Police Department. Before
the final vote is taken on this bill, is there anyone in the audience that would like to speak towards it? And seeing none, clerk, please poll the council.
Manganelli? Yes. Egan?
Yes.
Caputa? Yes. Shildroth? Yes. O'Donnell? Yes. Pagano? Yes. Parson? Yes. Cyan? Yes. Harris? Yes.
Bill number 9972 passes and becomes ordinance number 8973. 8973. Bill number 9973. 9973.
Ordinance approving the Community Development Block Grant CDBG fiscal year 2024 annual action plan for the city of Florissant, Missouri, and authorizing and directing the mayor to submit such plan to the United States Department of Housing and Urban Development.
Council announcements. Mr. Shildroth.
Thank you, Mr. President. As everyone knows, it's grass cutting season, and I'd like to remind everybody, please do not cut your grass or blow your grass and leaves and clippings into the street. We have an ordinance prohibiting this, and those clippings end up in the sewers and clogging our sewers, and all 9 of us are going to get phone calls on why there's standing water in the street because people are blowing their grass into the street. So please don't do that. I would also like to thank the residents of the city of Florissant who took the time to vote in the April 2nd election. Thank you very much. And I would like to offer my condolences to the Vogt family on the loss of Steve Vogt. He was a Vietnam veteran, the U.S. Navy, and the U.S. Navy. He owned Catering to You. He's a lifetime member of VFW 4105. He was active in the Florissant Rotary and a board member of the Greater North County Chamber of Commerce. I'm going to miss you, Steve. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Shildroth. This will be my final meeting presiding over the council as the president of the council. First and foremost, I would like to thank Pat Mulcahy, who served as my original vice president, and then Mr. Parson, who finished out that term as vice president. Thank you for all your support. Thanks to the council. It's been a most harmonious council, and I don't know that necessarily harmony is good for government, but I know disharmony and discord leads to poor government. We've passed a lot of legislation this last couple of years. I think it's been very, very good for the city, and I'm excited about the future of the city. And I'd like to thank the mayor. He has, over his last 2 years, consulted me on legislative and city affairs constantly. He's allowed me to stand in on several of his events he could not make, and he's offered me all sorts of courtesies, and I greatly appreciate it. Thank you very much, Your Honor.
Well, Joe, we certainly appreciate your service as president. I mean, you've certainly done an outstanding job, and I said that we have a great relationship, and certainly see you get that going further. So, thank you.
Thank you.
So, just a couple of quick announcements. Tomorrow at the JFK Center, we got the Senior Resource Fair, which starts at 9 o'clock in the morning at the JFK Center, the newly renovated JFK Center. And we have our 13th annual Free Document Shredding Day, which is going to be held on Saturday, April 20th at St. Ferdinand Park. The event goes from 9 to noon. And, of course, we're getting prepared and getting ready. The city and, of course, the committee of the Valley Flowers is getting ready for the 62nd Annual Valley Flowers Festival, which will be on May 3rd through the 5th. And so we're getting ready for that, and it should be another great event. Hopefully get great weather. Thank you.
The next meeting of the Florissant City Council will be on April 22nd, 2024. Mr. Parson makes a motion to close the meeting, seconded by Mr. Shildroff. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? And the meeting shall be adjourned. The council shall stand adjourned. Thank you.